Simon's weekend best.
If you're waking up with a little bit of a foggy head after last night's football, then why not kick back and just let us help you get through the next hour with some wonderful guests and mouth-watering grub.
Yeah. I'm glad our first guest could make time for us today because rumour has it he's heading off to Hollywood and it couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke. That's Peter Andre.
Yes. And stopping the drama of Drag Race for more drama in the Dales, drag star turned soap star, the Vivienne is here.
And it wouldn't be Saturday without heading into the kitchen and rustling up some grub with our resident chef, Shivi Ramoutar.
Yes. Now, look, as always, The Cloud will be providing us with content throughout the show, and it's getting things started with a little music question. So, which song was #1 on this very day? Back in 1997. Ooh. Peter, I'm going to come to you first. Think, where were you? 1997.
I'm going to say...
You were big then, man,
Spice
1997.
Girls. Yeah, 97 was the year that Spice Girls had #1 with Wannabe. I'm sure it was... No, that was 96. I'm going to say...
I love how you know that, though. That at that point, you were like, it's 97?
Well, because they were just starting, so I'm going to go with Spice Girls.
So you're going with the Spice Girls, Vivienne?
I mean, I'm only 17 years old to this day. But no, I was 5 in 1997, so I haven't got much of a memory. But just because Peter Andre's here, I'm just going to say, was it Mysterious Girl by Peter Andre?
I thought that was a good
And if it was, why didn't you get it right?
Yeah. What was it? It was in 95.
96.
It was 96.
So, yeah, so...
Really?
But very close.
Very close. That's close.
Very,
all right.
very
Well, Dad, what would you say?
Well, there's only one thing that I know that happened in 97.
Oh, yeah?
And that is we lost Princess Diana.
Oh, God.
That's
Well, I'm not trying to bring it down. I'm just saying that's what I remember.
The show's really taking a turn, Dad. I've just said we're going to have some fun.
All right, I'm just saying.
OK.
My shout is Candle in the Wind, Elton John.
OK, well, listen,
Oh,
it
yeah.
went to #1 for a very long time. And do you know what, Dad? You weren't far off. It's Bop by Hanson!
Ah, remember that song. Yeah,
I mean, look, super catchy. Bop by Hanson. Sorry, that song is going to be in your head all day now. You might have thought Hanson, though. Maybe a little bit of a one-hit wonder, but you'd be wrong. The band have actually sold 16 million records worldwide. They've had 3 top 20 albums in the United States, have their own line of beers, and before you ask me, yes, it is called Hops. It's not a joke. It's called Hops. It couldn't be anything else. And they also own their own music festival, right? So this kind of leads me into a nice little question. If you had your own music festival, who would be your dream headliner? Oh. Vivienne, who would you have? Dream headliner.
Oh, easy. I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to show you.
Oh, Cher.
Yeah,
brilliant.
The ultimate
Brilliant.
headliner.
Yeah.
75 years old this year and still going strong, doing full-hour shows in Vegas and travelling the world. Like, just phenomenal. We saw her live 3 times last year. Still singing live, still smashing it. Still got a better body than me.
Listen, an absolute superstar. So you'd have Cher. Pete, who would you have?
Cher's a good shout. I mean, Stevie Wonder's my favourite, one of my favourites.
Oh,
songs.
yeah.
So I'd love, and he did headline Glastonbury, didn't he, once? So I'd love to have him, or Madonna. Come on, she is looking at the moment unbelievable. So I'm going to go Madonna.
You go Madonna. I mean, that's a tough choice, isn't it? Who are you going to have, Stevie Wonder or Madonna?
Yeah, you know, I'd go...
Very tough. Who would you have?
I'd go Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones?
Oh,
Rolling
yeah.
Stones, yeah, of course.
OK.
Now, as we enjoy these summer nights, there is one person that I am becoming hopelessly devoted to. Now, he's the one that I want. It's Peter Andre.
Oh, he's very good.
Just in case that wasn't clear from that dad joke intro, Peter, you are going to be starring in Grease the Musical.
I am.
Yeah.
Mate, see, what your dad doesn't know, this is true, is that, like, my son knows you. This is how generations have changed. Whereas I'm a fan of your dad's. You know, I mean, he was a... Well, he is, but he was a hero for me when I was growing up.
I'm listening. I'm
I'm a fan of your dad as well.
No, I bet you are, Vivienne. I bet you are.
You're listening.
I am listening. Yeah.
He's getting all the love today. Yes, I'm starring in Grease. Great musical. And what they've done is, in the original script actually is different to the film. So everyone knows the film, everyone loves the film. And John Travolta played Danny Zuko. But, of course, John Travolta was in his late 20s, possibly early 30s.
Yeah.
But the original script is teenagers. for the actual Danny and Sandy cast. And also Sandy is not a blonde-haired Australian in the original script. She's a brunette and she's American. So they've based it on the original script, still got all the classic songs. And in this one, as opposed to last time I did Grease, I get to play multiple characters. So I'm going to be seen right throughout the show doing completely different characters all the way through. I can't wait.
Man, is that going to be confusing? Because, I mean, I've done theatre. One role's enough.
Yeah.
I'd like to do two.
No, I'm really excited about it. Like, it's such a buzz. Oh, yeah, this was me doing Frankie Avalon, which I loved, you know, beauty school dropout.
I mean, it's phenomenal. The hair is so
Liberace.
cool.
The hair. We're in competition with the hair, me and you. It literally, the hair's amazing. But then I've got to get out of that. We get into something else to play Vince Fontaine, who's brilliant all the way through.
Some of the outfits. I mean, we've got a picture here as well, and it just looks phenomenal.
Oh, man.
Honestly, I loved it.
Oh, I think that looks.
I've kind of felt a bit like
that. It's cool.
A bit like the Fonz in that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you want, though, isn't it?
I love that. I do.
You've got to do a bit of dressing up.
Well,
haven't
yeah,
you?
you've got. I mean, if you're going to the theatre, you've got to live for a bit of camp, haven't you? There's no point. So
I
I
loved
don't
it.
like sequins. Put me in something else.
I loved it.
Here's
Love
the thing.
it.
What do your kids think about you playing a teenager? Are you taking any stick for it?
Well, here's the thing. My kids never watched Grease. I tried to get them to watch it. They weren't interested.
Never seen it.
I said, come and see the show. They came and saw the stage show. Then they fell in love with the story, and then they went home and watched Grease. So this generation are seeing it the other way round.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of your kids as well, I mean, you're going to be in a movie with your son Junior, is that right?
Yeah. So we're in a film called On the Other Foot. It's out later this year. We've both got parts in it, but we're not related at all in the film. So I play a not very nice character at all, whereas my son plays a lovable character. And that's my first feature, and I start my second feature film in September, so I'm loving life.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm loving
Is the
life.
second film over in Hollywood as well, then?
The second film is partially here and in Jamaica, which is going to be amazing.
You've picked the right location.
Oh, mate, don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
I
It's
really
the
think these
Aussie in me.
characters, I really think they really get going in Jamaica, though. Yeah.
I need it filmed in
But
Jamaica.
would you move out to Hollywood if you had the chance?
I love America, but England's my home. It really is. I'd always go and work, but I love England.
You can't beat a bit of English grub, do you know what I mean? You can't beat it. I know the glitz and the glam, but you can't beat England at times, do you know what I mean? The vibe is just here. Look, you and the family, you have been busy as well, not just in movies, but YouTube channel. I want to talk about this. This looks like you have so much fun. You've got the Andres. I mean, are you looking at potentially moving into the YouTube space as well?
Well, I didn't realise how big the YouTube world is. So I've thought, at first I wanted to do bits of reality because it was fun and it was something I was used to. But as it's going now, I like doing little vlogs, which I've never done before, and little challenges and things. The family love it. It's called The Andres. It's not me, it's us. You know what I mean? It's just a bit of fun.
It's nice, though. You know, you're capturing some great moments, because I know in one of them you get, you know, your kids to look at some of your old music videos as well. I mean, are they big fans of the old stuff?
Probably not, no. Let's be honest here. They actually, to be fair, as kids, I thought they'd be harsher. And they go, no, this is great for the time. But they always throw in for the time.
Yeah.
I've done the same to him. Don't worry about it. It's all good. He goes, no, trust me, you're meant to wear that much hairspray.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
the hairspray was everything.
Yeah.
What's hairspray? What's hairspray? Speak up.
But look, Pete, I mean, how can they not look back and smile? I mean, you had an illustrious kind of music career. It did all kick off with the song, Mysterious Girl. I mean, without kind of doing it now and bursting into song, do people still sing it to you on the street?
It's unbelievable. There was, the other night in I think it was East London, there was a party going on in the street and they were all singing this song, no music, the whole crowd. I'd never seen anything like it. Didn't think all these years later people still do that when they've had a few drinks, but I guess that's what happens when you have a few drinks. That song, funny enough, was originally called Mystery Man.
Really?
Yeah. So we had it as the idea of Shabba Ranks, you know, Mr. Lover Man, Shabba. So the idea was the girl would sing oh, 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 oh. Mysterious, mystery man, I want to get close to you. And then I was supposed to reply. And I was like, guys, I'm an Aussie kid. It's just not going to sound right, me trying to be Shabba Ranks, you know?
Yeah.
So we flipped it. And that's how the song came about. And that video you showed of me in the jeans, that was just me going up on that hill to test the lighting we ended up filming it and saying, I love it, let's keep that. And I did the rest of the video in my jeans.
That makes me feel terrible about my body. In my mind, Pete, you hadn't had a carb for about 20 years.
You're right.
You're doing
I had
million crunches.
I'm making up for them now. Trust me. Trust me.
Hey, well, listen, I mean, look, we're massive music fans here, and we love getting musical guests on as well. And we actually had Ricky Wilson on here a couple of weeks ago.
Love Ricky. What a
Kaiser
nice
Chiefs.
guy.
I know that you love him. He loves you very much. And we did actually speak to him about your little studio sessions together. Now, tell me, what can we expect? When's the record coming out?
So what happened was, it all started a year ago. Gary Barlow had reached out to me about doing these crooner sessions he was doing. And he's such a lovely guy, Gary. And we got together and we did it. And then he said, let's get together. He came over to my house and he said, play me what you write. And I played him some songs and he said, what are you doing? I said, what? He goes, why aren't you in the studio? I said, oh, Gary, come on, man. I'm 48 years old. You know, my mind's elsewhere. And he said, do me a favour and get in the studio. He goes, you're crazy because you're writing these songs that we will eventually release. So me and him did a few together. Then Ricky said to me, oh, if you ever need me, I'm around, in one of the texts we exchanged. And I said, actually, would you come down? So I wrote something with him as well. Lovely guy. Although the last message I sent Ricky Wilson, he just got married, I sent him a message saying, Ricky, congrats, mate. Now that you're married, we can no longer be, officially, we can't be lovers anymore. And he hasn't replied to my text. Top guy. Yeah, that's what I was like, geez.
No, he had some lovely stuff to say
Really
about
nice
you,
guy.
mate. He really
Peter, listen, thank you so much for coming on this show.
Thank you,
You're going to be
mate.
here all morning, right?
I am.
Listen, brilliant to see you, really. And tickets for the touring version of Grease are available right now.
Yeah, time for a quick break, but still to come. RuPaul superstar, the Vivienne, tells us about life as a drag in the Dales.
And Shivi's in the kitchen with a wonderful feast for Father's Day.
Yeah, or a feast for a hangover. Probably drank a little bit too much last night during the game, let's be honest. That's all coming up after the break. See you in a bit.
Welcome back to Martin and Roman's Weekend Best. That's Peter Andre and the Vivienne.
And shortly, we're going to be heading into the kitchen with a lesson from our resident chef, Shivi. But first, it is time for our guests to confess to their deepest, darkest secrets in our free Saturday therapy session. Get it off your chest. Yeah, we basically like to think that the Weekend Best studio has become a safe haven for our guests, a palace of tranquility, if you were, and somewhere that they can share an embarrassing moment to cleanse their soul of shame.
Yeah, and after they've poured their heart out, they can get it off their chest by putting in our Weekend Best chest, never to be mentioned again, and that's a promise.
So, Peter, you're up first.
We have got a microphone. What's the story behind this?
So this story goes back to 1996, right? I'm in the studio in New York with the Fugees, who were one of my
As you are, yeah.
heroes,
Pick that name
right?
off. Oh, thank you very much.
Do you like the way?
Yeah.
I'm going to name another one in
Yeah.
But the way this happened was the success of the first album had done really well, and I was now in America recording the second album, and I got to work with the Fugees. I was so happy. And in the middle of our session, Wyclef says, some guy walks in, and Wyclef goes, look, man, I'm sorry, we've got to stop the session because we've got to listen to this guy's album. And I went, OK. I went, yeah, no worries, of course, you know, but I'm thinking, oh, I want to carry on with the session. And I'm looking at my watch, and this guy sits next to me. Really nice guy, he's looking at me. And I'm like looking at him, and he's looking at me. And this music starts playing, and I'm like going, OK, good music, by the way, but I don't care. I want to get on with the session, right? An hour and a half of listening to this album. Every time he looks at me, everyone's doing this with their heads. And I'm sitting there going, and every time they look at me, I go, go with them, right? Lovely guy. At the end, he gives me a hug, says, what did you think? I said, oh, amazing. I'm thinking, this is great. I get to get on with the session. Anyway, 2 months later, we're driving in Los Angeles, right? And we're cruising, and I hear this song on the radio. I said to my brother, isn't that the guy that was in the studio with us? He goes, yeah. He goes, this song's going to be massive. Anyway, the guy that was sitting next to me was Jay-Z.
Oh, my God!
I had no...
Oh, God!
The worst part was, had I known, I'd have been like, do you mind just jumping on this record?
Yeah!
How stupid. And the album was amazing, and it was the Hard Knock Life album.
Yeah.
And he played us the whole thing, and he was the nicest guy. So that was a big mistake from me, because... You know, I just...
Somewhere out there, Jay-Z's gone to Beyonce and said, you know that Peter Andre?
He's
like
that
my song.
kid. He's,
Yeah.
Never really liked my song. He wasn't
Not the
bobbing his head.
Yeah. He was saying, I was dying to get on that track.
Yeah.
But every time he looked at me, I was in. I was like, yeah.
He's going in the chest.
Yeah, well, that goes in the chest.
Got it
You
off
don't think
my
about it
chest
ever
now.
again, in it goes. Bang, done. Right. Vivienne, you got to talk to us about this. Why would you want to throw this away?
Right, so this is it's a story, but it's also I'd like to make a public apology to Kylie Minogue.
Oh.
Because I made an appearance a very quick 3-second appearance in the Absolutely Fabulous movie. And this was kind of before I did TV and stuff. But I kind of dipped my foot into the showbiz world, and I got to take a +1 to the premiere, which was the most fabulous party you've ever seen in your life. And there was like Kate Moss there, all these people. So for me, a little old drag queen was just like, right, I need to be on best behaviour. So my friend Tanya, who'd never been to any, never been around a celebrity in her life, didn't know how, there's protocol, isn't there? Don't just run over and express it. So anyway, we stood outside a lift, we pressed the button, the lift doors open, and it's Kylie Minogue. So I'm like, before I've even said the words to Tanya, right, stay cool, she's bolted into the lift, security have grabbed her, pulled her into the lift, and the lift doors closed, and Kylie Minogue was gone. So that's I'd like to get that off my chest.
Yeah,
and if I ever if I ever bump into Kylie Minogue again, and for the off chance she recognises me, I apologise.
Get that in
You
it.
better place that in carefully.
Yeah, well,
as
that's
well.
someone's phone. I'll put that in there very carefully. But listen, done. Never to be spoken about ever again. Very nice. Now, if there is one group of people who are no stranger to a bit of drama, it is, of course, the stars of RuPaul's Drag Race. So, after beating off her competitors to be crowned the UK's first Drag Race champion, she was a fitting choice to unleash some drama in the Yorkshire Dales. All hail the Vivienne! Look, you stopped by Emmerdale to help them celebrate Pride Month. How was it?
It was amazing. Oh, there I am in the Dale.
Oh!
Before I got barred from the Woolpack. No, it was amazing. It's the weirdest thing that ever came up. Lisa Riley messaged me on Instagram, who plays Mandy Dingle, and said, "You're never going to believe this. The stylist has based my wedding dress off one of your dresses, which was a leopard print dress, and they'd adapted it for Mandy's character. And then it was on Lorraine, and then it was in all these papers. This is crazy, like little old me. And now there's been a dress for Emmerdale, and then 2 weeks later went by. She said, "Don't say anything, but I think that you're going to get a call this week about Emmerdale." So I was just like, "Wow!" So they're having their first ever Pride, 30th of June. And you know what an epic moment to be part of, the first ever Emmerdale Pride in the Dales.
And you're a part of it. I mean, look,
part of it, yeah.
I'm thinking, Vivienne, you could be more of a permanent character in the Dales. Though.
Well, hopefully, I think I'll make a nice dingle, don't you?
Yeah, and would you do it?
A little mingle with the jingles, why not? No, I do. It's a lot of work. Like, you don't realise that the effort these soap actors put in. I've done a bit of acting, and if I've got a page of lines, that's enough for me. But they do this day in, day out, week. So hats off to anyone in soaps. It's amazing. But I'd like to do a bit more.
Look, you spent obviously time with the Queens, and I've got to say, who creates more drama? Is it the Queens or is it the soap stars?
Oh, the Queens. I mean, not that there was any drama around me on my season. I didn't cause any arguments.
I mean, look, you were, of course, the first winner of Drag Race UK. I mean, how's life been since that was confirmed?
Just insane. I started drag to get on stage in little bars, entertain people and have fun. You finish Drag Race and all of a sudden you're in Hollywood. Diane Warren wrote a song for me. Like, my manager said, "Do you know who Diane Warren is?" I was like, "She wrote Cher's biggest hits, Aerosmith's biggest hits, and she's got a song for you." I was just like, wow. Like, sitting here with you guys who have watched for years, like, just crazy. I'm so grateful that the hard work started after Drag Race.
Yeah. But listen, speaking of Drag Race, we've actually got our hands on a very special audition clip of someone that I would like, your judgment on. Right? Just take a look at this and see what you think.
Me as the face of breakfast. I'm serving disco cheerleader realness. Got a shiny leotard to help me get dressed. Bimini beat my face, now the mother, I guess. For my oats and my cakes too. I've got this in the bag, sister, I'ma leave you gagged. They set me a task from Shard and Sunny J. Thought I'd sashay, but Shantae, I'll stay. Roman Kemp was gross, but now my look is sickening. Blue hair, shoulder pads, a whole lot of bling. High heels and padding, I'm really doing my thing. I'm the queen, you should know, don't call me queen. I love copy, but prefer tea. Rue, I'm game for drag season 3. Slay my queen, Boulash, can't beat her. I'm Roman Eater.
Roman Eater.
Oh my
What do you
God.
think? Have you got any tips for him?
I haven't got any tips apart from stay away from my gigs, love. I didn't notice there wasn't a reference to me in the lyrics, so that's
No,
10
well,
points off.
listen, Bimini Bombulish, I got a shout to her because she did really help me out with this look. And now this was only we were trying to do it 2 hours at a time during a live radio show. So I mean that's 2 hours, but I can't tell you the amount of respect that I had for Queens afterwards in terms of the work and that gets put into it. Exactly, the
It's
prep.
so much. I turn up to a gig 4 hours before. You know, that's makeup from shaving to padding to corsets to wigs. It's such an effort, but so worth it in the end. Did you feel like that?
Yeah.
You like because RuPaul always says it doesn't. You know, it really shows who you really are. And it does. It's like a superhero cape. You put this on and you can do anything.
It is.
When Ro put that costume on, when he got dressed up, he FaceTimed me and his mum. And we're standing in the kitchen, and I'm laughing. Shirley didn't even know who it was.
You didn't really.
Well, like, the first time my dad ever saw me in drag, I was doing a gig in Blackpool. Me and David were walking to the bar. My dad walked straight past me, didn't notice. I was like, Dad! He was just like, oh, my God, yeah, so...
You're also going to be appearing in, I love this show so much, the drag edition of ITV2 Celebrity Karaoke Club.
Yes, which is just going to be a ball.
How was it? Was there a lot of mic hogging?
I can't remember it. Honestly, whoever signed off on giving drag queens a free pouring bar with no limit, I do not know how they got it signed off, because I think we learned by episode 2 to pace ourselves, but it's everything you want it to be. It's camp singing, there's a bit of drama, and it's just drag queens on the telly.
But because I was lucky enough to do the first series, and I know exactly what you mean.
You know.
I don't remember the night. I had to watch it back to remember it. But it was so much fun, as you said. People do really get competitive with it, though.
Yeah, well, I was a bit worried because when I go out on the road, I'm a live singer, and you know, some of the songs that we were getting thrown at us because you can't change the key. There's no being precious. So I was like, am I going to just look stupid here? Because you know, I drop keys of song, you know. But then you kind of. First episode, halfway through, you go, oh, right, I get what it's about. This is about having fun with your mates in a bar, karaoke, so then you just let go. I had an absolute ball. I think I found a new side to me, to be fair.
Yeah. And a sore head the next day.
I'm a very sore head. For the next month.
And we can see you in Emmerdale at the end of June.
After the break, we're heading to the kitchen to join our in-house chef, Shivi, who's making us an all-day breakfast feast.
See you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Mike and Roman's Weekend Best.
We have moved to our kitchen with our resident chef, the sparkling Shivi Ramoutar. Nice to see you, Shiv.
Lovely to be here, as always.
Oh, you're looking so summery today as well.
Over the rainbow vibes. Thank you.
Yeah, listen, you'll be glad to know that it's me who's cooking today.
Well, actually, Dad, it's Father's Day tomorrow, so the good news is that I'm actually going to be a great son for you, and I'm going to cook you something special. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
And it means we can actually crack on with the show because my dad's not cooking!
I can't applaud that.
It's not going to take 3 years. Sorry.
Ruined it.
Shiv, what are we making today?
So, as you said, it's Father's Day. I'm sure you've got a host of great things planned for Martin. And there's nothing, I think, better than treating your dad to a good home-cooked meal on Father's Day.
Yeah.
And this all-day breakfast hash is the perfect thing.
Love that. OK, I even got myself a special little apron for this one, Dad. Check this out. I know what you're thinking. How did I read your mind?
I'm the favourite child.
Yeah, don't worry. Harley's all right. Sorry. Yeah, cool. All right, let's
Martin's
crack on.
face says it all.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the...
I can't even comment.
OK, all-day breakfast hash. So, Ro, hash comes from the French hacher, which means to chop, which is essentially what you see we've done to all our ingredients here.
OK.
You always learn something with me, right? So we've got our pan already going. We've got bacon, 6 rashers of bacon that have been chopped into this pan.
That smells so nice. It's not even funny. Yeah.
And the great thing about this dish is it's also great for hangovers, post-footy, whatnot.
Very good.
So we're waiting for our bacon to crisp up there.
Yep.
And whilst that's happening, we can get on with our other ingredients.
OK.
So just keep an eye on it.
Yep.
When it's starting to become really crisp, we're going to remove it with a slotted spoon and pop it on the side here.
Perfect.
In the meantime, let's look at our other ingredients. We've
Yes.
got a handful of chopped mushrooms, or torn mushrooms, sorry, you know I like to tear things.
Yeah.
A handful of spinach. We've got 1 onion that's been sliced, a large onion. We've got 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to chop our tomatoes.
OK.
So
This looks like proper hangover food.
it is. Do you know what I love about this kind of dish as well? Is it's like a fry-up, but it's far easier. Because my problem with fry-ups are you spend most of the time worrying about, are the eggs done before the sausage? Is the bacon black? Whereas this, everything is in one pan. Yeah?
Great.
So just give it a rough slice, and then we're going to chop it again, Ro.
OK.
If you're nervous about tomatoes, slicing tomatoes, what I try to do is dip the points in first so you get a groove, right? Like that. And then it means that it's not going to slide off the skin.
Very good.
So there you go, another little tip. And hashes, they were originally made for leftovers.
How finely am I chopping these tomatoes?
Just like this, look at what I'm doing now. So now we can get our fingers out the way and just pop our hand on top. Rough chop, because the tomatoes are going to meld into the dish, so it doesn't really matter too much.
OK, so it's OK to get a little bit juicy at this point?
Yeah,
All right,
get juicy. It adds all to the flavour. And because it's about loving your leftovers, you can add whatever you have in your kitchen drawer.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got some courgette lying around, throw that in. If you've got a sad-looking mushroom in the corner, throw it in. Cabbage, throw it in. The idea is we're trying not to waste.
But with mushrooms, I never know how sad they should be before you throw them away. Everything else I kind of know because it rots, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
mushrooms, you always look at them and you think, yeah, that's just a little bit brown. Stick that one in.
That is a good way to do it. Unless it's completely shriveled up, right, and it's down to nothing, I use it. Just dust it off, brush it off, and throw it into cooked dish.
But I once cooked the shriveled up ones and they tasted quite nice.
Yeah.
They did, honestly.
I mean, it's down to, you know, your body kind of tells you, your mind sort of sees something and thinks, stay away, the alarm sounds, Nino, Nino. But I think with mushrooms, you know, unless it's really down to nothing, just use it. A little bit of shrivel is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So that bacon is lovely and crispy and golden. This makes my mouth water.
It really
So
does.
just remove the bacon. I'm going to give you a great tip for bacon and sausages. You know I love to save ingredients and to buy things in bulk. Buy your bacon in bulk. Because what you can do, guess where we're going, Ro?
Oh, God, here we go.
Oh, don't.
Oh, say the word.
We're going to open the packaging and
Yeah.
freeze it.
Yeah.
And if you
Hey.
freeze it all individually and put it into a bag, you can cook bacon from frozen. You don't have to have it raw. It cooks just as quick. From
Really?
frozen.
You can cook bacon from frozen?
Yep. It's thin enough that it defrosts quickly and safely whilst it's being cooked. So 2 tablespoons of butter going into our pan, Ro.
So that's all the butter?
All the butter going into our pan, and we're going to go in with all our ingredients, except our potato, our eggs, and our parsley. So we've got sausages here. Our sausages have been squeezed out of the skin. They're 4 sausages, squeezed out of the skin into little sausage chunks, and that goes in as well. Okay. And whilst we're cooking for Dad, this is a serving for 4, by the way, because we all want to pig out. We all want to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
We can take Dad's up to his bedroom and we can enjoy it elsewhere. So mix that in there. And then we're going to go with our tomato and our onion. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the pleasure of this dish, is everything is going into the pan. We're not bothering about onions and eggs and bacon all in different pans. It's one pan. It is easy and perfect. It's so good. Mushrooms, torn, going in.
I wouldn't put them in too quick. There's not much room in there. Sorry, I will leave the dad jokes for you tomorrow. I will leave the dad jokes for you tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Ro, you're such a fun guy.
Don't
Sorry,
moan
very
at me.
good, very good.
Don't moan at me when I'm making for you.
Yeah, I won't.
So give this a nice stir, Ro. So we've got our spinach, our mushroom, our sausage, our tomato and our onion in there. And we're going to cook this for about 5 minutes, after which time we're going to add our potato. So
Excellent.
this potato has its skin on. No need to peel a potato. The skin has a load of goodness in it. It's been boiled for 5 minutes in boiling salted water, so it's slightly tender. So that's going to go in now. So the thing about hash, I think, that the 3 ingredients that are important is some form of meat, potato and onion. And then after that, you can paint on, like a canvas, throw in whatever else you want into this.
Excellent.
Oh,
Yeah, how tender is the potato, though? Because sometimes when I do this sort of thing, I always overcook it or I undercook it.
So I think for a hash, it's OK to overcook it because it's quite nice with a hash when it starts to crisp up and squash a bit. So don't worry about overcooking it. If you undercook it, it could be quite likely then that the potato doesn't cook through once we finish cooking the hash. And nobody wants an uncooked potato, a raw potato.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It's great. And you know I talked about using leftovers and the hash is about using leftovers. It's also great for hiding veg. I know we don't like to hide veg, but it's a great introductory into veg, shall I say. So if you're not a fan of spinach, throwing it into a dish like this is brilliant because it will make the most spinach-hating person fall in love.
Yeah.
Because where can you not go wrong with mushrooms and sausage and bacon and eggs into one pot of jubbliness? Oh, so good.
Smells
Getting too excited.
That is the thing about spinach, right? I was never really a fan of spinach, and because obviously it's green, right? And but when you cook it, it goes down to little pieces, so you can't really see it.
And it's the same with courgette. You know, if you dice it in finely, it goes down to nothing.
Yeah.
One of my sons doesn't like courgette, but in a hash, he'll probably eat a whole courgette and not even know it. So our potatoes are now in. We want that to become golden and crisp. We want the onions to be golden, the sausage to be cooked, and it's going to take about 10 to 12 minutes.
Right, you know what we need?
Oh, yeah?
A little bit of TV magic.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
I mean...
Oh, Martin, this is your day off. You shouldn't be having to
Wowza.
do that.
Where are the tomatoes gone?
Well, it's all become this massive flake, a cuddle in a bowl, a cuddle in a pot right here. And the idea is that you can throw in loads of different veg because it all melts together, so
Yeah.
veggie haters will love it. All right, so we've got everything cooked there. The potatoes are golden, the onion is golden. The last bit, the final flourish, are our fried eggs. So we've got 4 eggs here. Now, this is really great if you want kids to get involved.
Yep.
Crack your eggs into a bowl first
Yep.
before we pop them in. Just like that. So then if any shell goes into that bowl, you can easily take it out, right? So it's not going to cause any havoc to your dish. We're also going to make, Ro, 4 little wells, 4 little circles in our hash, because that's where our fried eggs are going to go.
Oh, I'm liking this.
That's
Pulling out all the
artistic.
stops.
Oh,
Pulling out all the
okay.
stops for your dad. All right. So here we go.
Very artistic.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
I'll put
There
this
we
one
go.
a little bit far, there we go.
And then let's go in with our first egg.
Oh, I've put 2 eggs in one.
You can have a double yolker.
Put a double in there.
Go on.
Double yolker there.
Don't worry about a double yolker. In they go. Oh,
All right, hang on, let me make a little... Oh, there.
Oh, I've got to say, I like this. This is really nice. It's really
good
impressive.
idea, I like
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
so we're going to cook our eggs until the whites are just cooked and the egg yolk's runny, because everybody loves that money shot, right? When you break into that egg and all the yolk comes out. So maybe about 7 to 10 minutes, depending.
Okay.
So I think we probably need some TV magic, perhaps.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
What, you think you can?
Yeah, I think I got it. Oh!
Look at that.
Hey,
That
that's
is amazing. It's kind of emotional. You've passed on the baton. It's very emotional.
Runs in the family.
Yeah, this is our way of saying you're moving on.
Oh, no.
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
So, Ro, look at that stunning, stunning dish.
It
Before
looks
we get with
fantastic.
the parsley, I know I've got it already.
Yeah.
We're forgetting about our star ingredient, our bacon.
Yeah.
Scatter that bacon on over that. Oh. And but do you see what I mean, though? Who needs to make it fry up anymore when they can do it all in one pan as easy as 1, 2, 3?
This
A couple
actually looks
sprigs,
phenomenal.
A couple sprigs of green. And you know what? Look, I personally would serve this in the pan on the table, and we'd serve up a plate for Dad and take it up to his bedroom, because no doubt he's going to be having a lie-in.
I'll tell you, do you want to know the honest truth?
Tell me the truth, Ro.
The honest truth, right, is I go back to my parents' house to chill out sometimes. And I say to my mum and dad, and my mum and dad are always like, yeah, come home, just relax, all that type of stuff. And I'll say, yeah. And I get there, and at 6 o'clock in the morning, right, it's like rock music, like heavy rock music.
6 a.m.
It's like it got role reversal in my house. It's like I'm the parent going down saying, "Can you turn the music on?"
The last time he stayed, he come down the stairs, and the music's playing, me and Shirley are dancing around the kitchen.
Sounds wonderful.
He comes down in his pants, scratching his pants. What is going on round here?
Okay, so maybe it's role reversal.
It is.
Maybe it should be
It really
Father's
is.
Day to you, Ro. So look at that gorgeous all-day breakfast hash fit for your dad. And that whole pan, £7.78 all in.
Very good, very good. OK, so I'm nervous about serving this, I'm not going to lie.
Hash is never going to look pretty, so just serve away. Just try not to break the egg.
OK. See,
Good
now
luck.
you've said that, I'm definitely going to break the egg.
Me too, evidently.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, all those crunchy bits that may have been stuck to the bottom of the pan, carefully scrape off because those are the bits people fight for, right? Those crunchy lovelies. OK, there we go. I love adding a bit of pepper and salt on top of my egg as well.
Wow, that is looking so good.
There we go.
Oh, Roman, that is so
Oh,
nice.
very
Happy
good,
Father's Day.
Shall we have a little taste before I take it up to my bedroom?
Yeah, you can. Go nurse your hangover.
You want
nurse
to
your
see the egg
hangover.
being broken?
Yes,
Is that
that's the
what
money
you're saying?
shot. That's
All
the
right,
money
let's have a
shot.
look. Let's-
Oh, yes. Always worth the money, that.
Very nice.
Look at that.
Oh, man.
You want to try it? How is it?
That is delicious. That is going straight up to my bedroom.
Very good. Very good.
So nice. For all the details on how to make Shivi's all-day breakfast hash, head over to itv.com/food. Shiv, looking forward to seeing you here again next Saturday.
You'll be
I'm
cooking.
going to be cooking.
Finally.
There he is. We'd love also to wear your apron on this show. So send in your apron ideas at weekendbest@cactustv.co.uk.
Right, time for a break, but don't go anywhere because we're going to be meeting our weekend best VIP. That is very interesting person, or in today's case, very interesting person. Yeah, we're going to be meeting a four-legged genius, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah, plus we've got some top TV and film recommendations to throw your way. See you in a bit.
Welcome back to Martin and Roman's Weekend Best. We've got Peter, Andre and the Vivienne keeping us company all morning.
Yeah, love it. I mean, how good is that, by the way?
Very, very good.
So
Very
good.
a lot.
And also, Pete, I've got to tell you, Shivi genuinely had to try and dash out here as quickly as possible because she is so obsessed with you.
Oh, my God, she went so pink, didn't
Honestly, it was unbelievable.
Oh, my
Unbelievable.
goodness.
But that is made with love, sir.
I don't get
Yeah,
much of
yeah.
that anymore these days. Can you send it back out?
If you're looking for some fantastic TV or film recommendations, then please look no further because here's our best picks.
Yep, it's our picks of what to watch. I'm kicking things off with a movie. Now, if you're a fan of musicals, you have to go and see In the Heights. It's a film based on a Broadway musical of the same name, created by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Now, he's the man who brought the world the huge stage hit Hamilton. It's a film that tells the story of a Latino community living in New York City. You've got to expect big dance numbers, catchy tunes, super colourful. It's absolutely fantastic. Have a look at this teaser.
Hey, so we got, so we cannot stop. This is our block. In the heights, I hang my flag on display. It reminds me that I came from miles away. This is crazy. In the heights,
Best days of my life. And I built my little dream, my sueñito.
in the heights, the late nights you taste beans and
Here.
rice. The summer the shade ice. I ain't gonna
Washington
stay.
Heights.
Like the street lights, we taking the flight to a couple of days in the life for what it's like. Washington Heights.
You want to see that, don't you?
That looks epic.
You want to see it?
Really good.
I'm obsessed with musicals. I just sit there and cry. I'm so overwhelmed. Honest, as soon as that curtain goes up in a theatre, I go,
Yeah, it's a little bit West Side Story.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Now, look, I've got to talk about it. We're fully immersed in the Euros now. Everyone's got football fever, so we're sticking with the football theme, OK? And my pick this week is Sir Alex Ferguson, Never Give In. It is an incredibly personal documentary about the life of a man who, I will be honest with you, I hated for a very long time.
Yeah, no, we
As
both
an
did.
Arsenal fan, I never liked him. But now it's unbelievable. Sir Alex Ferguson, right, in his legendary 26-year tenure as manager of Manchester United. Now you get to see Sir Alex recount details of his life and career to his son as well, all whilst recovering from a traumatic brain hemorrhage. Now this isn't one just for football fans. I promise you, everyone will enjoy this. It is a super moving watch. Here's a little clip.
A player can't do it himself. Players are only part of the team. The manager's in control of that.
The camera shutters strained at the first appearance of the new boss.
Manchester United have won nothing since '85.
I just said, Dad, I don't think you're going to be successful.
Adversity, when it happened, Kathy, she sacrificed to support me 100%. What a patience. 53 years married to me.
You've got this reputation as this fearsome character.
Absolutely.
He knew exactly what I needed. It's why I worked so hard.
If you want to be the proper manager, you have to know them all these different stories.
Fantastic. And just a reminder as well, you can watch England's last Euros group game against the Czech Republic on Tuesday, ITV, 8 p.m.
Come on, England!
Come on. Come on. Pete, what about yourself?
There's a show called Marrying Millions where one of the couple are a multi-millionaire. And they find all they're looking for is someone to be with. And when they're with that person, of course, everyone thinks that that person is with them for their money. And it follows their life as a couple. And a lot of them genuinely just want to be with this person. But the trials and tribulations they go through, where even the person wonders if they're with them for the money. It's just an interesting sort of twist on reality. I can't explain it. Yeah, it's really
Can I just
good.
say, I love these types of shows. Hey, look, some great recommendations in there. So make sure you check them out.
Yeah, time now to meet another Weekend Best VIP. That's very interesting person, or in this case, very interesting person.
Oh, come on. Dad jokes tomorrow. Father's Day tomorrow, dad jokes tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I thought he was funny.
Yeah, no worries. Now, look, we all talk about our dogs, right? And we all talk about our dogs, hoping that one day they could talk back to us. Well,
Yeah.
We're about to meet a dog that can actually do that, genuinely. Bunny, the dog, has learned over 90 words and is basically the cleverest dog in the world. So, it gives me great pleasure to say that we can cross to Washington, USA, to speak to Bunny, the dog, and her owner, Alexis David, everyone! Hey, Alexis! Hello, Alexis. Hello, Bunny.
Hi, how's it going?
Very well, thank you. This is very fancy. We're talking to America right now. Now, I don't really know where to start. I guess I'm just going to say it. You've become a viral sensation. How did you even get Bunny to start doing this?
Well, before bringing Bunny home, I found Christina Hunger online, who's a speech language pathologist. She was using recordable buttons to teach her own dog, Stella, how to communicate. And my goal was just to have the best communication and the strongest bond I possibly could with her. And so I thought this would be a really wonderful addendum to that game plan. So we started with an outside button by the door. I pressed it every time we went outside, and I said the word outside. And within a few weeks, she was using it consistently herself to let me know that she wanted to go outside. And from there, we added them to a board, and we've been expanding our board ever since.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Does Bunny have any favourite words?
Yes. So she certainly likes the word walk a whole lot. And for a good long while, maybe 6 months, she was obsessed with the word poop, which was surprising to me.
Yeah.
But, you know, it makes sense, sort of toddler mentality. Right now, she's really fascinated by understanding relationships. So she's using the words human, dog, mom, the names of her best dog friends quite a bit to explore those relationships.
What, she knows her dog's friends' names?
Yeah, she has buttons for Beecher, Selena, and Tango, which are her neighborhood best friends.
That's insane.
You can see Bunny reacting.
Yep.
That leads me so nicely into this little clip. Take a look.
Thank you, baby. Yeah, that's right. Beat your friend. Hi. Oh, you want Beecher? It's so rainy. Why don't we go for a poop walk and see Selena?
Listen, I absolutely love it, and I think it's right. You know, we dream of being able to communicate with our dogs, don't we?
What do your friends think of it? Yeah.
Yeah, they love it. I think my husband probably thought I was a little bit crazy when I told him that I was going to do this. I was like, yes, we're bringing this dog home. I'm going to teach her how to talk. He's like, okay.
Can you teach my dog to clean my house?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I want her to do my taxes taxes at some point. We're probably a few out from that. That's coming
Perfect.
next.
Bunny is getting up. What are the chances of Bunny pushing a button now?
She is pretty sleepy at the moment. She's gone straight to her bed. She's scratching around. She's doing the typical dog spin, and she's laid down.
She's had enough. Our time is over with her, apparently. Yeah, we'd have to pay her more money. So there you go. Alexis, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank Bunny, please, when she wakes up.
Of course, it's been my pleasure. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks so much. It's Alexis and Bunny, everyone. Amazing.
Yeah. That's your lot for today. But if you fancy watching us all over again or you missed any of the show, you can catch up now on the ITV Hub.
Thank you so much. Let's hear it for our guest, Peter Andre.
Vivienne?
Yes. And, of course, Shivi.
We're back tomorrow with an incredible lineup. We've got Big Zoo, Harvey, Zoe Wanamaker, and you don't want to miss it.
Oh.
See what I did there?
Oh, terrible.
Hey.
Bad jokes tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. See ya.